Hey everyone, I'm Marbozir and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. So, let's continue where we left off. We need to go back to that tree and check out the corpse. Yep, there it is. Let's have a look then. The squat disintended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bow that sags at the tag of her nose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward slightly, or rigidly, from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light in its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Alright, let's do it then. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with a new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness, in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman, and when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you. Have you come
here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Okay. How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
Okay. I need to understand something that's happened to me. Am I imagining this?
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be.
I need to understand something that's happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face, as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
Okay, and what's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair, and here we are visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on, some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
Okay, what did you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties. You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Katnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
Okay, so that's our next objective, probably. Anyway, I think I survived a bivouac. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Call them. Those days are all behind me, no?
You said souls break apart over time.
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
I want to know something about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
What happened to you? She laughs, a rasping, choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your blank expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
I bet you will tell me.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
Alright then. What's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins, miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other, turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
Okay. Who are you? I should have probably started from this one.
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
Okay, I think we're done here. Yep, we are done here.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Aloth looks at you through narrowed eyes. Are you alright? You seemed lost just now. Yes, I'm fine. I'm a watcher. This happens a lot. You'll have to get used to it. Well, since he's going to be traveling with us, we might as well tell him. Well, that is interesting. And I expect that explains how you survived a bivouac, In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about Watchers? Only that they're rare, and that they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions, as you just demonstrated. Alright, let's move on then.
17 and a half.
So, oh yeah, this guy. The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthy and sweet, wins its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-colored hair, leaning against a mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. We already talked with this dude, I'm just saying. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
What are you talking about?
People hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Okay. Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
What was that about the dwarf?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What makes you think I was interested in the dwarf woman?
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Do you know what a watcher is? I've been out of sorts lately. Impossible, I don't drool half as much. Yeah, let's go with this one. So you're already familiar. Still, you'll have to forgive my curiosity. Around here we prefer to turn a blind eye to our dead. It's none of your business, I've been out of sorts lately. Do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here. There'll be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be.
Well, I'm both a Cipher and a watcher at the same time.
You with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
You think you're going to get hanged? What's that supposed to mean? None taken.
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
During the war? Saints War. Only one in my lifetime. Fella decides he's the living incarnation of Eothas. Overthrows. Whatever. Marches on Deerwood. So we gave him a Deerwoodian hello.
We blew him up.
Okay. Who is Eothas? God of rebirth and redemption. Formerly, anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from. Okay? Why was your headman hanged? Got involved. Rajic sent men down here the other day. Said they had it on good authority. Someone in town was working with Kolsk. plotting Rajik's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward. So Swithin, that's my headman, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. Bound to happen sooner or later, if not for plotting against Rajik, then for protecting me. Was Kolsk. Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. What does your town have against you?
Wrong, God. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea.
Alright.
Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, and then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Not until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me.
And so they did.
Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Raedric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
Aloth glances at you and lowers his voice. Yes, you can see why I was eager to leave. If you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? Drinking, mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Waidwen's legacy started with Waidwen. We could travel together. Where are you headed? Some place called Ked Noah. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
There's a fine reason if I ever heard one.
All right then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
Let's get going then. Alright, so now we got 4 people in our party.
Hey.
Now this dude, what class is he? He's a fighter, so he's probably only going to be temporary, because I like having Hulk as my fighter. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm not going into the temple just yet. Actually, I still need to do something about that quest. Which one was it? Yeah, this one, the task. To resolve the feud, but I can always do it sometime later. I kind of want to go back to the previous zone right now. Yeah, I kind of want to go back to the previous zone to kill the bandits and maybe kill the bear as well. Because why not? So let's go do that real quick. It won't take long, especially with fast mode, to run around. I quite like the fast mode, it makes things, well, faster, obviously. Alright, here we are. So there are some bandits at the camp, I assume they are still there. And there's the bear cave. So the plan is to do both. Oh yeah, they were right here. Oh, and yeah, there they are. I wonder if I can get that corpse. I needed some kind of skill, but let's focus on this fight first. Alright, so this time I'm not solo. So this should be much easier. I'm just saying. Alright, so crossbow. We got outlaw, bandit, and one ranged person. I'm not sure which one of these is more dangerous. Let's target the outlaw.
Hey.
Okay, so these guys are melee. What are his skills? This is a knockdown. Defender. The fighter adopts a more conservative combat strategy, concentrating on defending incoming attacks. Okay. Do I want to use that right now? No, I don't think so. The fighter receives a bonus to deflection and increases his or her number of engagement targets to 3, but at the expense of attack rate. Actually, I can use this, since Hulk doesn't actually have that yet. So that works, and I got 200 weapons on Hulk. Does this dude have a shield? Yes, he does. Okay, let's focus on this guy then. I might cast magic missiles? Or minor missiles, whatever. That's magic missiles to me. Okay, that was decent damage there. This dude should die pretty quickly. 1 damage, really? That's not a whole lot. Okay. Let's maybe use a charm. That would definitely help. So, Whispers of Treason are the bandit in the back. It's nice not getting interrupted for once. Yep, that worked, nice. And let's kill this guy already. Come on. Please die faster, thanks for your cooperation. That charm didn't last very long. I suppose I can cast magic missiles again, because why not? No, I don't want to move. There we go.
Yeah.
And I don't have enough focus to use what? Well, Soul Shock, I suppose. That was a little bit too late. But alright. Done. So let's load them first and then we'll talk with the dwarf. What do we have here? Some money. What's this? +2 focus on hit for 600 seconds. +2 perception. -2 might. 50 fatigue. Okay, that's interesting. I'll take all of that, I suppose. One more. We got a bow. Not very useful. Nope, my crossbow is better. Leather armor. A cape. Without any bonuses. Hood. Alright, I'll take that. Let's talk with the dwarf. By the flame, thank you, thank you. I thought I'd be stuck cooking for those ignorant vessels for the rest of my life. Or until they were bored with me, I suppose. I must get back home. I only hope they haven't hired a replacement. Listen, next time you're in Gilded Vale, stop by the Bloodhound Inn. I let Pasha know what you've done for me, and I'm sure she'll do right by you in turn. Alright, well, we will be back in there soon. Major positive, nice. So is there anything we can loot around here? Yeah, I guess so. Are these things actually useful? 200 rod. Okay. I guess I'll take that. Anything else? Yep. I'll take that. Can always sell it if nothing else. So, we are not quite done here just yet. I want to see if I can get up here now. Let's find out. I needed some kind of skill or attribute to go up there. So let's have a look if it's going to work now. Scale the wall. Oh yeah, I can use the grappling hook now. Right. Climb to the top. Up we go.
Yeah.
Nice one. So that grappling hook was worth it. +5 reflex. Yep. Camping supplies. I don't really need camping supplies. And a letter. Okay. Well, I'll take all of that. I can't take camping supplies because I'm at 4 out of 4 already. Let's see. I will use the gloves on my main dude, I suppose. Yeah, that works.
Sure.
Alright, back we go. Oh yeah, I can still load this.
Does it?
Blood moss. And some more ingredients. Right here. Come on. There we go. And down we go. Again. Like that. Climb down. Done. Alright, let's go to the bear cave. And maybe I can find something else on the way? Probably not. I think I already looted this. Oh yeah, that's just camping supplies. Okay. Does this lead anywhere interesting? No. Just wanted to check that. Okay, bear cave time. This might be interesting, I suppose. Surely 4 of us can kill 1 bear. Famous last words. Well, only one way to find out. There's the bear. Okay. So, do I want to use anything? Probably a knockdown. Might be tough to knock down a bear, but hey, we can try. Wow, that bear does crap ton of damage. Okay. Let's see, yeah, let's actually use something. What's this? No. Well, let's cast something. Soul Shock. That should do some decent-ish damage. And use another knockdown. I don't think it's actually going to land, but might as well try. And a magic missile. There we go. Yeah, if I tried to kill the bird solo, I would get killed so hard. Yeah, this is more than fine. But it would be rather challenging solo, especially for a class like mine. 26 damage, good.
Yes.
It should be done in just a second. Come on. Kill it already, go. He's down. Yeah. Heather almost got killed. Well, not killed, but knocked unconscious. Bear hide. So, what do we have here? Some ingredients over here. I'll take that. And the corpse. Oh, I can check the soul or something. Okay. A figure drifts, suspended in the musty air of the cavern. Its form and features blur and twist in cascading ripples of incandescence. You feel its energy eddying about your limbs, filling them with a heavy chill. You reach out a hand for the spirit. In the moment of contact, you feel as if you have been struck a blow, head reeling as you tumble helplessly into a waiting darkness. Light blooms at the edges of your vision. You feel the sun at your back and the weight of a bow in your hand. You know suddenly that you have come a long way from the vale hunting deer. Now you are standing before a cavern and the darkness extends far into its depths. Even so, your friend strides out before you, his red cloak flapping at his heels. You follow, heart hammering in your chest, as he leads you deeper into the cavern. There is a roar like thunder echoing around you. Fear seizes you, casts you stumbling back towards the exit, towards light and escape. You see a glint of steel, and there is a sudden terrible flash of agony behind your knee. You scream, stumble, fall. Your thoughts are chaos, lanced through with pain. But in a moment of terrible clarity, you see your friend look back from the mouth of the cavern, his dagger daubed in a crimson to match his cloak. And then there is a great dark shape above you. And then there is more pain. The vision recedes, and you are thrown back into yourself with seemingly resentful force. The corpse lies at your feet, and the spectre lingers. In the span of energy between you both, you feel a sense of questioning, of confusion, of anger. Okay. I met him on the road, your friend. A sudden lashing anger emanates from the spirit. Rage and grief seem to pour from the gleaming figure like smoke. I'll find him and see that he answers for what he's done to you. Okay? For a moment the spirit seems to burn bright, and your head fills with sickly triumph. The spirit seems to weaken with the force of its own exaltation, growing fainter and fainter until you are alone once more. Okay? So we got a new task. Vengeance from the grave. Confront Nonton. Alright. Oh, he lives in the town, right. I don't remember where exactly he was, but there we go. And I think we're done here. Yeah, I see that chest. What's this? A spear. Alright, I suppose I'll take it. I can always sell it. I guess it's time to go back to Gilded Vale and maybe have a chat with Nonton and maybe go into the temple. But I'm going to do that in the next part, so thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you next time.